Hello, this is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell. Tell me if this describes you. You're a man who's worked hard all your life. You have a nice house, a savings, a good retirement. But there's just one problem. Your wife has told you she wants out. She says she wants a divorce. Suddenly, everything you've worked so hard for is on the table. You need a partner you can count on. Consider Cordell & Cordell.
Contact Cordell & Cordell online at CordellCordell.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Welcome to the Hollywood Casino Press Box with your host, Frank Cusumano.
Here's the pitch. Line drive, there it is! Into left field! Hit number 3,000! A run is scored! Musiala ran first! On his way to second with a double!
The best interviews and the most informed insight.
And that's McGaffey breaking free, has a seam and a crease. The kicker can't trip him up. Headed for the end zone. Will it be back-to-back weeks? Yes!
All tied together with the experience of over 20 years of local broadcasting excellence in St. Louis.
Now Stasny gets away from a check to Fabry. Wide open. Oh, Brower! Rebound! He scores! Troy Brower! The former Blackhawk has given the Blues a 3-2 lead.
Now, here is Frank Cusumano on 590 The Fan, 105.7 HD2 FM, and InsideSTL.com.
12 o'clock. If you would like to be a part of the program, you can do so. The Winning Streak listener line is wide open at 855-282-8255. The Lion's Choice text line is 855-282-8255. We have some good sponsors like Rankin Jordan with us. They are the innovative leaders in physical medicine and rehabilitation. Go to rankinjordan.org and see how you can volunteer and help out the kids of St. Louis. Good guest list today. The outstanding columnist from Kansas City, formerly of the Post-Dispatch, Vahe Gregorian, will join us. And then at 11 o'clock, we'll talk baseball and life with my friend Mike Claiborne from the Cardinal Broadcast Radio Network. Our opening monologue is brought to you by Gateway Motorsports Park. And let's begin with lap one. Well, we thought that maybe if this thing got turned around, the 2017 Cardinals would be remembered for the Memphis Mafia, the resurrection of Rosenthal, the scintillating starting pitching. Nope, no sir. It's about the Rally Cat.
That guy went out and picked up that cat and the cat bit him. There it is. Ow! Ow! Stop it! He doesn't like that. Oh, he's got him again. You'll have to get some tetanus shots now.
Yeah, I'm not a cat person, but I sure like that one.
All right, back to the field. Bases loaded. 2 outs. The pitch for Yanni.
Molina, deep left.
I knew before the cat ran on the field, just seeing Yachty walk up to the plate, I felt good about our chances, and then I saw the cat, and I knew something special was about to happen, so it was pretty cool.
Nice work by Brian. Putting a little bit of Mike Shannon and Danny Mack. So this Lucas Hackman, the gentleman who picked up the cat, was actually on the morning grind this morning, and he had this to say about the evening.
So we were actually getting ready to drag. You know how we drag in between innings? We were getting ready for our third drag, and there were 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. We dragged right after the bottom of the 6th. So, and I was actually at the top step of the dugout. I was in the visitors' dugout. And I was just watching the game, and that's when I heard the crowd go wild. I looked down the outfield and saw a little cat. And then I saw no one was going after it. So I looked to my coworker, Tim Panaris, the guy who actually caught Marcus Ryder's ball, who still works there. And he looked at me and he was like, "Dude, go get it." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So I went up on the top step, and I kind of looked back at him again, realizing how kind of big the moment was going to be when I ran out there. So I looked back at him again. I was like, "Are you sure you want me to go get it?" He's like, "Yeah, you got to get it." So I ran out there and saw the cat and thought it was going to be an easy and cute jog back to the dugout, but didn't work out so well for me.
Yeah, Tim Fornaris. In fact, I saw him last night before the game. He's an attorney. He's the guy who caught the McGuire 62 ball, and instead of selling it, I think they gave him like a car and some memorabilia. But so he's the one who said, yeah, go out and get that thing. And then there's this woman who said that she got the cat last night and took it home. She's a waitress at Kirkwood Ice and Fuel, and she was on the morning show today too. And I think she says she's lost it. You would think that'd be kind of a memorable cat or a valuable cat. You'd want to hold on to it. So anyway, all these cute TV reporterettes and reporters who think that war means something on the battlefield or the letters OBP refer to some type of disease will be all over this story today. They'll all be in the clubhouse. They'll all be talking about the little cat. There will be Rally Cat hats, Rally Cat T-shirts, all sorts of goofy stuff. And may I say this too, and I'd like to get your opinion on this, 855-282-8255. I'm leery of all cats, and anybody who prefers a cat over a dog, which would include one of my brothers and Brendan Schaefer, I'm leery of. I'm not sure because Brendan does everything else correct. I guess it's just one character flaw, liking cats more than dogs. Thoughts on that? Are there any guys out there who can actually say, yeah, I like a good cat over a dog? I'd love to hear from you. I have a brother who I love to death just like that. All right, lap two. You know, Trevor Rosenthal really does change the outlook of everything. I mean, you're just thinking to yourself, boy, let's get the ball to Trevor with the lead, and it's over. Whether it's in the 8th or the 9th inning. When he has handed the ball, the game is over. 6 straight appearances without allowing a run, and in that, 15 Ks, 1 walk in 8 1/3. Strikeouts per 9 for the season, 14.5, highest in his career, second in the National League. Strikeouts per walk, 4.06, second highest of his career. I mean, this quotient for Cardinal success is not really that difficult. Most of the time, you get good starting pitching. And the bullpen, despite what you may think, is actually good, 7th in baseball. And now, you're hitting, and you've won 5 in a row. Good to be a Cardinal fan. Lap 3. Lance Lynn. Tonight, he'll try to make it 6 in a row. Is there any doubt Lance Lynn is your best starting pitcher? Any doubt at all in 2017? Best DRA among starters, 3.12. Best whip among starters, 1.16. And he's also allowing, the fewest amount of hits per 9 innings. Lance Lynn has really just had a magnificent season. Now, I don't think we realize that. He's allowing 6.7 hits per 9. And, let's look at the body of work, too. He's a first-round draft choice who grew up in this organization, who just turned 30 in May and has a new elbow, which will allow him to pitch for 4 or 5 more years, and I think at a very high level. Here's what I don't understand. How in the world can you let your best pitcher walk? How in the world can an organization that will draw maybe $3.5 million and will have $1 billion TV package let your best pitcher go away? I don't care about anything else here. I really don't. You keep your best players. Do you want Lance Lynn showing up in Chicago next season? And also think about this. If his next 5 years are like his last 5 years, he would have 145 wins. That's one more than Chris Carpenter, who's considered by some the best pitcher since Gibson. Although you could argue Wainwright and John Tudor will be in the equation. But, I mean, if he just has the next 5 years like he had the last 5 years as a starter, 145 wins. That's what Adam Wainwright has now. This guy has a chance to go down as one of the great pitchers of all time for the Cardinals. I don't know how you could consider allowing him to walk. Derek Gould was on the morning after, and he had these thoughts on the Lynn negotiations.
Lance knows what his price should be, knows what he wants to get. The Cardinals know what that price is, know what it takes to sign him. Now both sides, the Cardinals in particular, would like to know if that's what another team is willing to get him. And if so, then they know that that's where the market's going to go. So we've seen this play out before. And it doesn't always play out where the Cardinals don't sign their guy. Sometimes it plays out where they bring the guy back. But I do think that there's a sense here that Lance would like to see what free agency has to offer. The Cardinals wouldn't mind seeing where the market goes for him, or what what it will take to sign him, and the only way they can do that is if they get to November.
Just got a note from one of our female producers at Channel 5. Hey, we're wondering if you might want to do something rally cat-ish. Not sure what it would be, but everybody's talking about it. I'm telling you. We had another reporter email into everybody this morning. I'm just itching or scratching to get to this story. Let me do it, please. Go ahead, do it. All right, lap 4. The Cubs. Hey, remember, the Cardinals would not be in this thing if Chicago simply would have played like they should. But they're not, have not, and likely will not. They're not going to turn into juggernauts here down the stretch. They're not. Their lead on the Cardinals and the slumping Brewers is just a game and a half. They've lost 6 out of 8, and they're averaging under 4 runs per game in that span. And they've just lost one of their best players, Wilson Contreras, with 21 homers and 71 RBIs. And now they're going to Arizona, and that is no day at the park. I'm telling you, the Cardinals could be in first place shortly. Now, just imagine this weekend. They're going to play Arizona on the road, and the Cardinals are hosting the Braves, who've been brutal lately, at Busch. Cubs are in bad shape right now. Joe Madden had these thoughts yesterday after losing another game to the Giants.
Honestly, when the clubhouse has been great. When the game, great. The dugout's been great. We just haven't played well. We have not played with the same kind of efficiency that we have been playing with coming out of the break. And overall, offensively, we need more consistency out of more people to get this whole thing done. So we did. We came out with a lot of energy, played well post-break. Now we are just getting back into that thing where we have to push ourselves mentally more than anything to get open up, because, like I said, there's not a lack of guys being mentally involved. They're there, but we got to somehow almost like kind of will yourself to win. We just can't make the mistakes that we're making that permits the other team to gain an edge.
Joe Madden after yesterday's loss to the San Francisco Giants and Madison Bumgarner. Okay, lap 5. Mizzou. 8-24, lost a game to Eastern Illinois last year. The Mizzou Sports Arena was the world's largest morgue. And now guess who has, according to one service, the 3rd best recruiting class in the country. The reason they moved up like Apple stock is Jonte Porter made it official yesterday. ESPN national recruiting analyst, Paul Biancardi, was with us a couple of weeks ago. And he has seen Jonte quite a bit, and he gave us this report.
Oh, without question. I've seen Jonte Porter over the last year and a half. I've been watching Michael Porter for the last 3 years. Jonte Porter, by himself, in his own right, is very good. We rank 60 players in the junior class. It's called the ESPN 60. And Porter is in that class. And that shows you how good he is, Jonte Porter. All of 6'10", very skilled, more of a post player. Tillman and he could play with each other, for each other. They bring size, they bring rebounding, they bring skill, Frank. They bring skill to the front court. I mean, these are guys, Jonte Porter can get a basket for you. Terrific passer. He plays so well with his brother Michael Porter. So you're looking at 6'10", if Jonte Porter reclassifies, which in all likelihood he will. You got Tillman at 6'10". You got Michael Porter close to 6'10", playing the wing. I mean, that's a star-studded front line. The problem with that front line is it's all young.
Yeah, well, I can deal with that. Do you want to have like a seniors that are 6'6" and can't jump? Or do you want this possible front line? Michael at the 3, 6'10". Jonte at the 4, 6'10". Jeremiah Tillman at the 5, 6'10". What college team, I wonder, has ever done that, if it does happen? Start 3 6'10" freshmen across the front line. I wonder if that's ever happened. Now, it may not be that way, because you could start Kevin Puryear or Jordan Barnett up front. Or you could go Barnett at the 2 and Terrence Phillips at the 1 and go with those freshmen. Or you could bring Jonte off the bench or Jeremiah and start Puryear. But there's going to be big stretches of games where you're going to have all three of those studs on the floor at the same time. Think about this for a second. It's one thing to have all that size, okay? All those 6'10s. It's another to have all that athleticism. And it's still another to have all that skill. I mean, it really is crazy when you think about it. Missouri basketball, that good after what we've seen. And I'll tell you this, too. Konzo Martin will make them defend. He was an incredible defender, and all his teams have defended well. And now he has an offensive coordinator, which they'll probably run more of an NBA pro set. I don't see how they could miss the tourney. I really don't. I don't see how they won't be good. Lap 6. Stream of consciousness. The Cusumano guarantee, now 10-0. 10 times I've said on these airwaves, something will happen with that guarantee. I don't give it out willy-nilly because I want my percentages to be perfect. They scored 4 more runs last night. That was the play last night. Did I make money on it? No. SLU's non-conference schedule's out. Doesn't look too difficult. Listen closely. Seattle Rockhurst, Virginia Tech in New York, and either Washington or Providence in New York. Then Detroit, Western Michigan, at Butler, SIU Carbondale, Houston, Murray State, Oregon State at Portland, Campbell, and Southeast Missouri State. I don't know. I think they'll head into the conference season maybe 9-3. Could they be 10-2? Yeah, I think there's a chance. All right, so Monique suggested this morning that I should just call in sick. Haven't done that in 24 years. Kind of feel kind of rotten. And if I did, you know what I would do today? I would go back to my bedroom and put the TV on TNT and not move for 5 hours. How about the 7:25 a.m. pairing? The winners of the majors. Sergio Garcia, Koepka, and Spieth. How about that? If Spieth wins, he becomes the youngest to win the Grand Slam in golf history. If he wins this too, here's what I think the story will be. It's no longer about all these young guns and this group of young players that have replaced the void of Tiger Woods. No, it's not about that. If Spieth wins, it is Jordan's world, and everybody else is just living in it. There's another level, and it's down a step. Dustin, Rory, Ricky, and Jason. Spieth, by the way, is even through 7. All right, those are some of my thoughts. Let's hear some of yours. The Rally Cat story. All the little reporters, some news, just love it. Cats or dogs? What do you prefer and why? Trevor changes everything. How could you let Lance Lynn leave? Mizzou basketball, how dominating will they be? And I think SLU's going to win a lot of games too. Before we go to break, quick word about Victory Men's Health. The website is victorymenshealth.com. It is a beautiful place to go. They're in O'Fallon, Illinois, about 15 minutes from downtown St. Louis. They treat low T, erectile dysfunction, vitamin deficiencies. Low testosterone can affect men of all ages. Low energy, erratic sleep patterns, abdominal weight gain, joint pain. Boy, it kind of describes me right now. Just to name a few symptoms. Aging is inevitable, but suffering from it is a choice. Balance your hormones and be you again. It's a simple blood test in the office. Located again 15 miles from downtown St. Louis and O'Fallon, Illinois. Easy to get off the interstate, very private, very professional. The setting is on the second floor. Go to their website, victorymenshealth.com. We'll take a short time out. Vahe Gregorian when we come back.